So back to All In. Fozzy started playing. And is this one of their songs? Was this a cover? Was it an original composition? Was he singing? Was it only a nightmare? Did he have acid reflux and was crying for help? What was going on here with Jericho? Why? He's a heel now, and he's the learning tree, the most uncool, non-rock starish kind of persona you could have, but he couldn't resist playing rock star in front of a big crowd with his band. Is this what we're led to believe?
And he did exactly what Sebastian Bach always accused him of. He sang over his backing track when he came out there. And, his band, obviously, it's a big day for them to be able to play Wembley. They were very excited. That one guitar player is just, he's ready for the marathon. He's just all over the place.
Everybody in the band looks like they ought to be on probation.
But Judas was like the greatest example of Chris Jericho figuring out how to make a song that could almost be an anthem that people feel the urge to sing along to. Whatever he was singing here, whatever this was, if it was indeed music, I don't know, was atrocious. And again, he's a heel. And he's coming out there with his wacky little heel personality, singing whatever the hell that was.
But in the meantime, yes, here's some potential, what was it, light metal type of rock, type of growling thing.
That one guy had the adamant fucking paint across his nose.
Yeah, what was it? I thought maybe it was a surfer and he went too far. Why do they put the fucking shit on their face, right? Keep the sun at bay.
He's a new romantic.
Hey, now, don't say anything about my old friends, the Romantics.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You did know the Romantics.
They were big fans of me and the Midnight and Big Bubba.
And talking in your sleep, yeah.
Yes. Well, they weren't around when I was talking in my sleep. They didn't write that song about me, but nevertheless, what they did write was, that's what I like about you, is what they wrote about me. See, all the things that they liked about me. Brought it to their mind.
Including...
All right. Anywho, and then after Jericho emoted to the ring, then here came Hook, and this time he didn't have the mummy wrap and the hat on. He had eye tape. He had it looked a little more like some kind of eye patch going on there. This was for the FTW title, and that means that there's no rules. No disqualification, anything goes, lazy booking. But here's what they did, and then here's why I don't like it. At the bell, all three of the heels, including Giant Bill, Large William, jump Hook, and it's legal because anything goes, but they get it. Sloppy heat on him, multiple splashes in the corner, the code breaker. Cover. Aubrey, is the referee just standing watching this? And every Hook will kick out or whatever, but every time the heels are staying in the ring like it's a handicap match. So then Hook fights back, and they have to figure out he's always got to kind of duck and top rope Bill and let his momentum take him out because he's a giant. And they beat Brian Keith like a rented mule every week. But then when he fights back against Jericho, they can just get in and do whatever the fuck they want at any time. So why don't, when they get dumped out of the ring, why don't they just come back in and fucking continue beating on him with a baseball bat or something? You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
It just looked ridiculous, and he's so small anyway.
Well, baseball bat or cricket bat.
Or a cricket bat. But because then Jericho pulls out a kendo stick, a cue stick, and a bag of cricket balls. But then Hook suplexes him so that Hook can get the cricket bat and hit all three of the heels, and then start chucking the balls at Jericho. And I know he was trying to throw them low so he wouldn't throw them directly into the goddamn crowd and bean somebody, but when you throw them low and they bounce off the fucking ring, then they're going up and out into the crowd. And Anyway, that's when Brian Keith comes in and knocks Hook out with a fucking trash can lid. Just because it's.
Hook's tough. He had to fight opponents of 3 different heights.
Yes, short, medium, and tall. And then Jericho gets the walls, and Hook gets out of it and gets the walls, and then Bill just comes in and makes a save. And then they do more on the floor, and they pull out the table and the barbed wire board and the garbage can. But then Hook suplexes Jericho and pulls off the eye patch and points to his eye, which is unmarked, and screams, "I can see!" Then why you been fighting these 3 motherfuckers for 10 minutes with one fucking eye covered up? What benefit did this do? What the fuck? What sense does this make?
I will say, not only did I think this was the worst match on the show, but I heard from more actual talent that they thought this was the worst thing on the show by far, too.
Did you see the people on Twitter put up pictures of the line outside the men's room during this match?
Yeah, well, that was the other thing. And I thought it was a unique thing at first because I've never really seen feedback like that to anything where people were saying, hey, the lines are really long. But I saw Alan Blackstock tweet it out, and then a few of the listeners got in touch with us and said the same thing. And then I saw other people just hitting up other people saying it. The lines for the bathroom and for drinks were unbearable during the Jericho match. And then it may have been Alan Blackstock. I forget who said it. They said, you can get a drink in 2 seconds during that opening match. And then as soon as that match ended, everyone, they heard Jericho's music. They went to go take a piss because he was going to do the same thing in the ring. They went to go take a piss. They went to go have a drink because he was going to do the same thing after he got out of the ring. But no, this was not good. Hook throwing the balls at Jericho was embarrassing. He was 2 feet in front of the guy, couldn't hit him. And then he finally did hit him in the hip, I think, once. But
well, to be honest, Jericho kept turning sideways, covering up his balls.
If you're throwing something at someone and you're within like 5 feet of them, why are you aiming at their feet?
Because they had told him specifically, yeah, so why do it? It's stupid.
Yeah.
And so then, basically, somehow, Jericho swung the cue stick, but Hook ducked, and Jericho hit Large William. And he took an exaggerated fall through the barbed wire board on the table outside. And then Brian Keith hit Hook with Martha Hart's belt buckle. It makes a reappearance. I guess Martha brings it with her, I guess. And Jericho covered him and got a 2 count. And then Hook got the red rum on Jericho, and Taz finally saved this thing at the end. He got up and got it on Brian Keith, and the place exploded because it's Taz doing something. And Jericho tapped out, and Hook won.
I knew they had to do something with Taz. They had to get him involved because that's the payoff to end this whole thing. But this was really bad. The feud sucked, but this match was an all-timer in terms of awfulness.
But think about that. I won't belabor it. I'll ask it one more time and we'll move along. What benefit did it give? How did he sucker Jericho into anything by having his eye covered up for the first 10 minutes of the match? How did it benefit him? How did it?
It didn't
work against Chris Jericho. How was that big reveal a big turning point? And for what reason? No. Why do that? And why is his eye okay if Jericho really did fucking burn him? Because Can we move on?
We certainly can.